Today, we are diving deep into a really big question. How do we get a handle on artificial intelligence before it starts a chain reaction that we just can't control? We're going to explore why getting ahead of this, being proactive, isn't just a good idea, it's absolutely essential.
You know, we hear all the time about how AI is getting smarter, faster, more powerful, and that's incredible. But here's the thing. Who is actually making sure it's getting wiser? Whose job is it to align all that intelligence with what's best for us in the long run? That's really the core challenge we're looking at today.
So first thing we have to wrap our heads around is just the sheer scale of AI's impact. It's not one single thing. It's what our source material calls the AI domino effect, this massive chain reaction of consequences that are really hard, if not impossible, to predict. And look, this isn't some far-off sci-fi concept anymore. It's happening right now. AI's influence is global. It's fundamentally changing how we interact with each other and with the planet itself, creating these huge ripple effects we're only just starting to see.
This domino metaphor is so important. Just picture our world as this incredibly complex, intricate setup of dominoes. A single, autonomous decision by an AI could tip one over, and that could trigger a chain reaction through the whole system that we never saw coming and one we might not be able to stop.
And this is where you really see how everything is connected. These aren't just separate categories, they're all dominoes in the same line. A shift in the global economy, driven by AI, could totally upend our legal systems. That, in turn, could change our cultural norms and even threaten ecological stability. It's all one giant, tangled system.
Okay, so this brings us to the real heart of the problem. If the stakes are this high, why aren't we on top of it? Well, the simple answer is that there's a huge, gaping hole where governance should be. It's the big question, isn't it? If we can all see this storm brewing on the horizon, why aren't we steering the ship to safer waters? Turns out there are a few major roadblocks that make governing AI incredibly difficult. It's really a three-part problem. First, there's the whole black box issue. A lot of the time, we literally can't see how an AI came to a decision. Second, you've got corporations and governments locked in an AI arms race, keeping everything secret. And third, our laws, well, they were written for a totally different world. They just can't keep up.
This quote from the source just hits the nail on the head. How can you have any accountability when the inner workings of these incredibly powerful systems are hidden away, disguised as trade secrets? This secrecy is a massive barrier to making sure AI is developed safely and responsibly.
Okay, so we've laid out the problem. It's big, it's complex, and honestly, it's a little scary. But it's not hopeless. So now let's switch gears and look at a vision for a solution. A kind of new blueprint for actually aligning AI with humanity's best interests. At the end of the day, this is the goal, right? It's not just about stopping bad things from happening. It's about proactively building AI that helps create a healthier, more sustainable world for everyone. So how do we do that? How do we build systems that aren't just smart, but truly beneficial? So one really interesting idea is to basically use AI to govern other AI. Think about it. You could create simpler, more transparent AIs that act like watchdogs. Their whole job would just be to monitor the super advanced AIs to make sure they're playing by the rules, the ethical and ecological rules that we set for them. But you know, technical fixes like that can only get us so far. To really, truly align the billions of AIs that are coming, we need something more fundamental. We need a shared North Star, a universal set of principles that guides every single AI we create.
And this grand vision, this North Star, the source material suggests we can actually boil it down to 3 core superordinate goals. Just 3.
And here they are. This is really the heart of the proposed solution. Now look at these goals. They have nothing to do with profit or power or winning a race. Number 1, global sustainability, resilience, and adaptation. Number 2, ecosystem regeneration, rewilding, and repopulating diverse species. And number 3, the reharmonization of humanity with nature. The whole idea is to bake these life-affirming principles into the very DNA of every AI, aligning our most powerful technology with the health of our planet and ultimately our own survival. And all of this, it brings us to one final and maybe the most sobering question of all. A question that we all have to confront. Let's just let that one sink in. How do you do that? Once an AI is smarter than us, once it knows its own code and the networks it's on better than we do, our old ideas of control might just become completely useless. This is the clock that is ticking right now. So the ultimate takeaway here is urgency. Plain and simple,
This is not a conversation for 10 or 20 years down the road. The decisions we make, or maybe more importantly, the ones we fail to make right now, are going to decide our future. They'll decide whether AI becomes a tool to solve our biggest challenges, or if it becomes the first domino in a chain we can no longer control. The time to act is now.